morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome back to PSA TV. This is Eye on Labor segment here. Sorry for the delay in the program this morning. In studio here with us this morning, we have Mr. Kelvin Wayne. He was a former worker at the Cyril Ross Children's Home, which is located in Tunapuna, that is. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. This morning segment is a bit touchy. That has me very emotional. So we're going to actually give you a two-part to this story. So we're going to start today, and to view the continuation of this program, you'll have to tune in on Monday. So Kelvin, for those that, do not know who you are, you can just brief them on who is Kelvin and, the background of work you came from at the Cyril Ross.
Well, my name is Kelvin. I work at the Cyril Ross home for 16 months. And while there, I build a relationship with the children and them. Certain issues or certain things I observe at the home that wasn't to my liking. So I went through protocol where I directed to the manager of the home. Nothing was done. I went to the president of the St. Vincent de Paul. Nothing was done. I even asked to have an audience with the Archbishop. I met him for about 2 seconds. He told me he have some priests will do the investigation and so on. And I saw nothing was done. So that's when I went out to the media looking for assistance for these children, because I see these children being, you used to hear about it. And when I work in it, then I see it for myself, with these children being verbally, physically, being abused at the home. Because these children are HIV positive. These children born with the disease. Somebody who were abandoned in the hospital, so they were put at the Cyril Ross home. Some of them parents can't see about them, so the government send them at the Cyril Ross home. And some of the mummies, what let us call them, the caretakers, well, the children, let's call them mummies, mashing some of the children, telling them, all there is, all you want there, just my child, not like all you. And those are things that I find, because I grew up a kind of life similar to this children. Don't have the disease, but I live on the road, right? When my mother and them, they put me out, and so I live on the road. So when I see these children going through this kind, and I start talking about it, 3 weeks before Christmas, I got a letter stating due to the economy, things sort of tough and so on, and we had to get rid of some of the workers, which unfortunately was myself alone. And then they hired back 2 other workers. But it didn't really bother me dismissing me, because my thing was about the children. And since then, it's been going into 9 months now. I've been hustling, literally hustling, begging people for assistance to take care of these children that are on the road. Because as I told the Archbishop, I told the president, I told the manager, I have no problem with the policy. When a child turns 18, they need to leave any institution, any home or anything. Because I met with people at St. Mary's Home, and it's the same thing. But what they do, they try to see how they could help the children. And that is what the Cyril Ross institution not doing. When the children turn 18, they drop them at the car park.
Which car park is that?
That's in town here. They drop these children at the car park. Some of these children have no mother, no father, no family. Some of them don't even have an ID card. Right? And my issue was that something needs some home, some transition home need to be set up for these children and them. You understand? And if you get to know these children are not like lazy children. There's some of them, they can't work because the medication for them to access to come in town is really hard. So sometimes I have to meet some of them to see if I could carry them in town, and I'm not employed. If I could carry them in town to get medicine and so on and things, so if I could get clothes for them, if I could get shoes for them and so on and things. And these children are really suffering, and all I am begging for is just for somewhere for these children to call home. God grace, these children will get food, they will get things, they could work, they could get a piece of land, plant, and try to elevate themselves. Those who cannot work could plant, do something. It's not like we're looking for a handout, or the children looking for a handout because they're 18. And people are not understanding when they ask people, they're 18, they're big man and woman, and they're not understanding that when the children don't take the medication, their body deteriorating. And it's very hard. If these children get $10 on the road where some of them living, they rather go and buy something to eat than to run in town to get medication. Right. And when I meet with the people at time, I sit down there where they was telling me, I tell them, they were very cooperative, but they say once I get somewhere, at least they will see how they could use avenues to supply wherever I have them for medicine for the 6 months that these children could take the medicine, and every 6 months, they try to help out and things. And that is my plea going into a year now, that all I am begging, I forwarded some letters to the Prime Minister's office. I keep following up. All I keep getting is promises, but nothing materializing.
Kelvin, how many children have left the home?
I could give a count for 11 children. Those are children who left before. When they hear about this guy trying to see how we could help them, they meet with me. And it have who left while I was there, were put out while I was there. Because while I was there, it had one of the boys where we had was to drop at the car park. He have no family, but that's where they drop them at the car park, and that's it, they lead them. A toothbrush, a toothpaste, 2 pounds, 2 jersey, drop them at the car park, and that is it. Because they say the government don't assist them when they turn 18.
So these children are scattered all over Trinidad right now?
Yeah, right now we have a girl in Korea, but she don't want, she on the road, she pregnant, she don't know the child father. I met with the mayor in Arima, she assists me 1 or 2 times, real nice lady. It have children in Arima right now who HIV positive, and these children are surviving. I can tell the children, listen, yes, I have to look out for other persons too, but I tell any children, listen, all they can't be going and having sex with Tom, Dick and Harry, because that is the avenue these children, that is how they get help. Right. So some of the girls, our fellas see them, get a pretty thing, she see it take her home, she see nice bed, she see food to eat, she not going to tell the man, excuse, I have HIV, right? So no. And I'm not going to see them walking with somebody and say, excuse, this girl has HIV. I'm not going to put the children in that sort of danger. What I do is try to see how best I can guide them. And that's why I keep begging for somewhere that these children could call home. You see, once these children have somewhere they could call home, you have them there where you could organize them better. See, talk to the employer, see if somebody could, take them, explain them about the illness, if they don't them around, they could clean, do little things. And the children, they are willing to do anything. They are willing. It's just that's the need that starts, because a child in a home from, let me say, 5 years, 4 years, a year, from baby, all they know about is handouts, because when we work there, all they know about when they wake up in the morning, breakfast done prepared, this done prepared, and it have no life skill that was taught there. I could talk about the period I was there, teaching these children about the illness they have, how to deal with it, how to mature themselves when they reach out in the world, what to do, how to go for an interview on a job thing. These children were not taught these things at the serious.
I just want to ask, I know persons are tuning and they're looking, but we're not going to disclose his identity. So if you can just remain with the mic and just give us a little info on the experience being at the home.
Well, for me, when I was living in the home, the manager, Miss Morris,
That's okay.
The manager, she did come and tell me face to face that I would never reach nowhere in life, that anytime I reach out, I might dead. Just so.
And this is a manager at the home?
A manager at the home. Right now, the manager at the home, I will go there and ask for a plate of food, and they will then not bring a plate of food outside for me. I don't know, I grew up in a home for 18 years, and everybody know me. Everybody know me, and I will not get no help over it. Like the staff, them don't have no heart for nobody. Like they live and they working. It has 1 or 2 staff members, I would say, have heart like Miss Juman. Miss Juman have a heart for me. If I ask Miss Juman for a plate of food, I sure I will get a plate of food. If I ask her to go and beat, she will tell me to go and jump fast and beat and go away, because I not just be in the yard anytime soon. They bar me from the yard, and I don't know why. I just be sleeping in the savannah. Look, my brethren this morning I had to ask my brethren if I could take a fast beat, and he said every day you will come and ask me this. Like he wouldn't let me beat every day because of my situation. If I ask a soldier for a plate of food, he will give me it. It's only my soldiers helping me right now. I could say yes, it's only my soldiers helping me right now. And my soldiers have, them had a place to rent, them had a bills to pay. So I wouldn't just ask them for anything.
Okay. Do you have any family members that could assist?
My mother died when I was a baby from HIV.
Okay. Could you tell us, what do you want besides a home?
I just want a little help from the government. A home where I could call, they're mine. Something that I could say, alright, this is mine, this is what the government give me. I will see how best I could do, how best I could elevate myself after the government helped me. But that is all I want, just a little place to call myself a home.
Kelvin?
And these are just part of the stories. These are just part.
And sometimes I don't even take my medication.
Why?
Because of the situation I in.
Is it,
I had
is
to
it
eat.
depressing?
I had to eat. I had to eat before I take that medication.
You have to eat to take the medication.
Anytime you eat, if you're taking medication, you'll be hungry for the rest of the day. Medication is something that, remember, that are drugs in it, and that will make you hungry. There's no possibility you will never be hungry if you take that medication. Look, if I eat a plate of food now, I take the medication, I will be hungry again, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
So where else do you get a meal?
I will just buy my virgins, because my
So
virgins
you
so
go
came
to
up
house
with.
to house and you...
There's some of them who are to be prostituting themselves. Some of the boys living with men, inviting to Napuna, living with men to sustain themselves. Literally living with men to sustain themselves. And when you explain this thing in the Prime Minister's office, I'm not trying to make this no political thing, because a lot of activists who ask me to come and join with them to rally and thing, and I not think that. My aim is to help these children. People say, why call them trainers 18 years? They might be 18 years, but they grew up in a home where all they know is dependency. Depend on this one, depend on that one, depend when this come. People with great heart come donating at the home and so on. All I'm saying, all these trainers is a chance. Give them somewhere that they could call home. If they ruin it, okay. But give them somewhere where they could call a home. We're not asking the government to give them, employ them. I know one or two people who I could talk to that could see they could employ each one even to clean like van or do like that, that these children can maintain themselves.
Have you made any sort of contact with Children's Authority?
Yeah, I had meeting with a board with Children's Authority in the earlies. I supposed to meet with them since yesterday, right? But when I met with Children's Authority, not concerning the children that on the road, because they said there's nothing they could do. These children are 18 years. So they were just meeting concerning certain things that are going on presently at the Soros home, where we had one of the 3-year-old child who a fire extinguisher fall and break her foot. She sort of deformed. So my query was, so then nobody was monitoring the children. Where was the mummies? And because the child could hardly walk, she sort of not 100%. And how a fire extinguisher that I think since I was there, Children's Authority advised them these things need to be secured properly, could fall, hit she on her foot and break her foot. And when I found out that Sunday, I called Children's Authority and I started going with them and they asked to meet with me. You understand? But my query is not too much of what's going on in Silver's home. It's what's going on after this. And there are children who 17, 16 years there right now. So some of them are 2 years, some of them are 1 year, some of them are some months before they put them back in the car park. And then what happened to these children?
The car park is not even a place for you to even be around people, because like people with drugs and mental, stabilized mentally. We not even be around them kind of people, because we could get sick very fast.
Yeah, I think my thing is, you have written to the government, you have written to the Prime Minister and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Why aren't these persons reaching out to you to at least assist these children? When we're spending money, we're investing in other things. We have Venezuelans living here, and when citizens is asking for support, where's the Prime Minister?
Well, I'm glad you speak with the Venezuela, because when they were registering down at the Oval, I was down there hustling. I was hustling food stuff, thing to eat. Which they were giving the Venezuela, I was down there hustling. Anybody could tell you, any media person could tell you that. From CNC TV, because they saw me and I was talking out loud. I was down there hustling so that these children could get things to eat. I was down at the Oval, they hustling outside there, so that these children could get something to eat. Because when people come donating towards the Venezuelans and them, I was begging and hustling. ADM in Arima, I begged them, I said, I beg you all so much time in Arima, and now you all come down here with a van, with about 1,000 bags given away, and I come here begging you, I come in Arima begging you all for some food stuff, and you all never help me.
I know we're pressed on time. Is there anything you would like to say?
I just want somewhere to stay and somewhere to call a home. Instead of sleeping in the van, I have to open my eye every minute. Like these vans are not safe to sleep. Anybody could tap me. Anybody could kill me in the van. There is no place to sleep. That's all I have to say.
Citizen, this is a voice of one of our people here who's living here in this country. He's asking for a place to stay. That's all he's asking for. He's not asking for money, anything. Just a shelter for his head and for him to get at least 4 square meals a day. Kelvin, closing comment.
Well, I'm begging anybody that they could assist us with some way to house these children that these children could call home. These children need clothes, because when they're on the road, sometimes they have clothes. I get clothes from people. It had to be stolen wherever they're sleeping or wherever they're on the road. These children need food in order to get the medication. I need assistance for these children to reach to get the medication. And those things are costly. And that's why I'm not trying to put anyone in expense. All I'm asking, once I have somewhere that these could house these children, all these necessities will be reached to them. Because it was confirmed to me that I will be able to get 6 months medication for them every 6 months, wherever once I have somewhere that these children reside in.
Thank you so much. So we have come to the end of today's program, but you can stay tuned for a continuation of what's happening with 16 children who are infected with HIV, who came from the Cyril Ross home, and who Mr. Kelvin Wayne has been spearheading this entire thing here with these kids, trying to assist them, looking for places for them to sleep at night and also looking for a meal. So this is the PSA TV. We have come to the end of the program. Stay tuned for the continuation next week, Monday.